As I began to think about what I wanted my personal statement to be and I was drawing inspiration, I came across a get to know me poster that I created in first grade. It looked, of course, as if a kindergarten class exploded all over it. But of course, the notorious question, what do you want to be when you grow up, was front and center. Oblivious to any notion of the real world and misspelled in backward orange letters, I attempted to write a movie star, a singer, a dancer, a fashion designer, and of course, a doctor. I laugh now at the naivete of a young child. Little did I know the arduous and yet enlightening road of education that I need to achieve these aspirations. So I began to think of sophomore year, how I did this semester long research project on Doctors Without Borders. And this is where it all clicked for me. I fell in love with the idea of traveling the world and helping the less fortunate, this becoming one of my biggest aspirations to one day fulfill. The idea of providing medical aid to people of war-torn countries and places in devastation due to natural disasters speaks to my passion for community health and serving those who are victims of systemic institutions. The opportunity to experience different cultures and foray where medicine and politics intersect intrigues me. I want to care for people, but also impact the policies that determine the quality of care that people receive. I want to serve individuals with limited access to healthcare who live in underserved communities. I want to change the far too common disparities in healthcare. And I began to think about all the disparities that we face, whether they're gender disparities and disparities among minorities in healthcare, and how the government has a big impact on that. And in order to effectively address these disparities, I thought about what it means to be an impactful doctor. And to be an impactful doctor, I must see beyond the physical being sitting in front of me. I must ask myself, what obstacles has this human faced that others may not have to cause them to be where they are now? Every patient, I believe, should be approached differently and treated as an individual. What is their story? So I want to be a doctor. Thinking back to that glitter-infested poster, the young adult me wants to be a doctor. However, I desire to take a different path, a path that allows me to study medicine but converge all of my interests beyond the traditional majors of biology and chemistry. And this is why I will be majoring in human biology and society at UCLA on the pre-med track in the disciplinary program. And so provide an opportunity for me to not only study science, but humanities and the broader cultural patterns of the world, a domain where I can study sociology, anthropology, biology, literally every ology, and learn how the body and mind work, how government works, and how government impacts what it means to be human and the quality of life that you receive. And this will help me to make a commitment to my future of going to medical school and achieving these aspirations.